Rita!
Were you going to introduce me?
What's up? No, not yet. Come on in.
Okay. Hi. Hi, Rita. Hi. Hello. Thank you for reading. Okay. Just tell me when we go live.
Oh, we're going now. It is K104, today's hit music. It's the Night Show, Michael Bennett. We are live in the K104 Lounge, and from Columbia Rock Nation, we got the wonderful, the beautiful, the talented Rita Ora. Hi. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. I mean, I just got off like a 30-hour flight, but thanks.
I can never tell. Don't worry about it, girl. Before we get started, we have to thank and welcome our K104 listeners who won their way in tonight.
Yes, thank you.
We got Kara, Victoria, Christina, Diane, Melissa, and Angelina. What's up, guys? They worked hard to get here, and they're so pumped to see you. It's a really cool experience that we have, to be live on the radio in person with Rita Ora. This is really cool. So thank you again for coming.
No, thank you for making such a nice, intimate gig.
This is
it's my favorite.
It's sexy here, the up lighting and everything.
It's really kind of cool, sexy vibes.
Yeah. I follow you on Twitter.
Okay.
Pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
It's like a little tracking device I have on you, and you've been everywhere, Rita. These past 2 weeks, I'm surprised that you're even sitting upright at this moment. You were in Istanbul, then you were in LA.
Yeah.
You did the VMAs. I saw you last Thursday.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, that was cool. But then after the VMAs, I flew straight to Kosovo to shoot my music video, which is like on the other side, past Europe, past London, somewhere down there. That's where I was.
Somewhere out there.
Somewhere in the world. No, but yeah, I shot my video in Kosovo because that's where I'm from, and then I flew back to LA to do Kimmel.
Are you tired at all?
Yeah.
So describe these past 2 weeks or the past month. Has the traveling and promoting your new
album?
Oh,
it's been good.
Aura?
It's been good. It's been very kind of like delirious. Like today, I landed and it's like 11 a.m. here, and it was like, I don't know, 6 a.m. in LA or something like that. So it was a big difference, but I just slept for like 3 hours and then carried all the day.
Yeah.
I've got better.
How was the VMAs? Was it your first VMA?
Yeah, it was my first VMA. It was my first kind of American show, award show. So I was kind of didn't know what to expect, but it was as good as it was on TV.
Did you see Rita at the VMAs? She looked fantastic. The presenter on the red carpet, you were all over the place.
Thanks. I loved the white dress. Was my favorite outfit. That was my favorite dress.
So did you meet anyone cool at the VMAs, the red carpet?
I met a lot of cool people, but I met those 2 kids that did the Ellen show, which I loved.
Oh,
yeah, and they interviewed me and they were like, "Oh my God, it's Rita Ora," and I was like, "Why am I making fun of your accent when I talk like you?" It was really good and they were so cute. They sang R.I.P. It was kind of cool.
I had to say that your accent is making my body melt. Your accent is amazing. And I was always curious, do I have an accent to you? When I talk, is my voice different?
I don't know if it's making my body melt.
Okay, is it making it sizzle?
It's making me sizzle.
Oh, I'll take that, Rita.
I'm bubbling.
I'll roll with that. We're here with Rita Ora in the K104 Lounge with a bunch of K104 listeners here. Now let's go to the beginning, before the VMAs, before Jimmy Kimmel, before traveling like crazy. You sold shoes. Is that correct? And then Jay-Z heard your tape.
I wish it was that simple. It's like Cinderella story, but it's not like that.
It's not like that? How did it all go about for you?
Well, I started singing when I was 14. And then, gradually, I got signed and unsigned by lots of producers. And then one day, I was working in a sneaker shop for the weekend, trying to make just extra cash to travel around London and play anywhere I could. So I'd play at bars, I'd played in pubs, I played everywhere. And then one day, the A&R remembered me through a few production companies. I've been promised a lot of things, and a lot of people have told me things that never worked out. And being a kid and things, you kind of feel like your dream's going to come true every time a powerful person promises you something. And then you're like, okay, and then they just don't call you. Is that what happened? That's what happened about 4 times. But my mum was like, "Why are you doing this to yourself?" And I was like, "Cause I just want to sing. I just want to sing." So I would sing anywhere I could, and then one A&R mentioned me to Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z checked me out, asked me to send him over some demos, and I did, and then he called me up.
That is crazy, Jay-Z. So it was what did you say to Jay-Z when you met him? "Hi, Mr. Hova."
Well, first I spoke on the phone to his camp, and it was the Rock Nation team, and it was a plus something number, and I was like, "Oh God, is this either my grandma or it's gonna be America?" So then I answered it, and it was America, and then they asked me to fly to New York the next day, and then I met Jay the next day.
How is Jay-Z? Is he casual, or is he down to business?
He's just really cool. He's just such a cool guy, and he just was like, "What's up?" You good? All right. And it was just like the funnest kind of experience. It's a moment that I don't think I'll ever forget because many times I wanted to be in front of someone powerful in my life to just see if they liked my music. Even though you don't need anybody to tell you anything, but it's nice to have that backing, you know, by someone that powerful. It makes me feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah, I think the last performer Jay-Z discovered was Rihanna, is that her name? So
yeah, no,
you're in good company.
And it's good company because, you know, they've got good history, like Rihanna and then J. Cole, and then, you know, Rock Nation is a great team.
You know, this entire week I've been so excited to see you perform live.
Yeah.
You know, up close
it's
and
very
personal.
different to my tracks.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. How about you guys? You want to see her perform live?
Yeah! Can I just say,
so much more to talk about.
Can I just say I'm so happy that the whole left side is full of females right now. It's the best thing ever. And
guys
then there's just 2 guys on the right. I just don't understand what's going on.
And Juke section, yep.
And then there's you, the melting man. No, I'm joking.
The melted man. So we're going to hear her perform live.
Yes.
Coming up, we're going to talk about her album and all that good stuff, Aura. But we have Rita Ora performing live here in the K104 Lounge.
Get 'em all, switch it up, put them on, zip it up, let my perfume soak into your sweater, say you'll be here soon, sooner the better, no option boy, you're saying no, I run this game, play your role, follow my lead, what you waiting for, started over and decided, and you feel my heart is beating, you feel my heart is beating, R.I.P. to the girl you used to see, her days are over, baby she's over, ready for your I.P. silent to give all of me, baby come closer. Ha! Nothing on, we strut around, we do it big, we shut it down. I wonder if you'd be able to handle me. Mental pictures, no cameras, please. Oh yeah, my heart is beating, you feel my heart is beating. R.I.P. to the girl you used to see. Her days are over, baby, she's over. I'm ready for your I.D. silent to give you all of me. Baby, come closer. Baby, come closer. Yeah, I hear you talking, don't know who you're trying to flatter. Got my mind made up. We're ready for you. I'm in control, but with you being the man, you don't seem to understand. I'm ready for your love. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. So keep thinking you're the man, 'cause it's all part of our plan. Oh, can you feel my heart is beating, you feel my heart is beating, R.I.P. to the up a little bit.
Oh, you got some pipes, girl.
Oh, thank you.
It's K104. We are joined with Rita Ora and Joshua, right? Your
Jonas.
Jonas. What's up, man? Jonas, come on, no Joshua up in here.
No, this is Jonas. He's been on the road with me. He's going to be on the road with us this whole kind of 6 weeks for now, because I don't think the diary goes that far, but I know it doesn't end. So it's going to be 6 weeks until I know what else we're doing.
I don't think you have to sell shoes anymore, though. I think you don't have to worry about that.
No.
Although,
even though that was a great time, me and my best friend worked there together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like just a cool place to be.
Well, you are like the fashion icon, though, in the UK, which I'm hearing about, which I understand. Do you have like a person that you look up to in the fashion world?
I used to just kind of really just do a lot of research and like watch fashion shows, and I looked in the magazines, and like I used to collect like Vogue and stuff, just because I loved ripping things out and sticking them on my walls and things like that. But that's how I just started it, and then it gradually just turned into something that when I was able to buy things, I would just buy like what I wanted, and I never really listened to what anybody really had to say about what I wore. You know, sometimes I wear crazy things like, you know, latex clothes and, you know, but then sometimes I wear like a tracksuit like this. But I think that it's just about what you're comfortable in. I think that's why people comment on my fashion, because they can just tell I'm comfortable in my clothes. You know, I think that's what is the most important. So.
That's cool. We just heard R.I.P, which is a fan favorite here in the Hudson Valley, K104, tons of requests for it. And that was written by Drake, is that right?
Yeah, that was written by Drake. I actually was in the studio with Drake in Toronto, and then I heard that track, and then I said, whoa, I need this. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah. And apparently it was written a while ago, and a few people heard it and whatever, and I don't usually take songs that I don't even have a part in, at least a concept, you know, something, an idea, but I heard this and I said, I don't really care where it's been or what's happened to it, I need this for me, and it happened, and it worked.
Well, voila, we love it.
Oh, thank you.
So how was the whole process, you know, working on your new album, or I know you worked with not only Drake, but Will.i.am and Kanye. Describe the whole process of putting that together.
Whoa, it's funny when you say like that, because I'm a new artist, so to have those kind of people on my kind
That's what I'm saying.
It's amazing, and I don't ever forget that. But it was great, because 3 years I had to do this album. I had a whole album in a year. When I got signed at 18, I had an album done at 19, and then I scrapped it and started again, because I didn't feel like it was good enough in my own eyes.
Perfectionist.
Yeah, I am a bit. But then it turned into, basically, during those 2 years I had, and 3 years, I gained great relationships, you know, with amazing people like Will.i.am and Drake, and, you know, being signed to Rock Nation, I got introduced to some very great, talented people. So it's just about who I vibed with and connected with the most, you know, and those are the people that I did, you know, J. Cole, Will.i.am, Chasing Status, Sia was another one that, you know, I really connected with. And I guess if they get your vision and you get theirs, it's the beautifulest thing when you can mix them together.
And do you have any like influences going into making the CD? Like, is there like a bunch of artists you have on your iPod that you always listen to?
Well, when I was making this album?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I had huge influences. I think that it came from my dad's CD collection. He has this random obsession with opening up windows and playing music loud. He thinks mixing fresh air with loud music is the coolest thing in the world. But you know, every morning he'd open the windows, he'd play like, I don't know, something, either Eric Clapton or Tina Turner, or he just had such a cool vinyl collection, and he always played from vinyls, even though we had CDs. He just thought it was better, so he opened the windows, and since that day I kind of do the same thing in my room, wherever I am.
That's cool. And you got one more song for us, right?
Yeah.
Now, what song are we going to hear next?
This song is, well, the first song that you guys heard about when I first came on the scene.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to call it the Biggie version, but I can't because we're live. But it's called How We Do because I loved, you know, I felt like I was in a party. And it was a summer jam, and when this was released in the summertime, it was exactly that. It felt great. I felt like I went to start a barbecue, could bring my girlfriends over and have a few drinks and relax in the garden. So that's how this song came about.
That's cool. How We Do Party. It's Rita Ora live in the K104 Lounge.
I stumble up to the window, open the curtains to blinding lights, makeup all over the pillow. What went on, what went on, what went on last night? You look so sweet while you're dreaming, holding your bottle of Tanqueray. It isn't even a weekend, baby, that's how I know you're the one for me. 'Cause we wanna party and party and party and party. 'Cause when the sun sets, baby, on the avenue, I get that drunk state feeling, yeah, when I'm with. So put your arms around me, baby, we tear it up. 'Cause that's just how we got that sweet heart, loving, dancing in the dark, out in the streets, we're running, we shut down every bar. So put your arms around. You say the fix is a shot of Jack. I said, man, what are you smoking? But alright, pour a glass and we'll run back. 'Cause we wanna party and and party and and party and and party. 'Cause when the sun sets, baby, on the avenue, I get that drunk sex feeling, yeah. So put your arms around me, yeah. We tear it up. Oh, that's just how we do. We got that sweet, hot loving, dancing in the dark, out in the streets. We're running, we shut down every bar. So put your arms around me, baby. We tear it up. Oh, that's just how we do. Just how we do. That's just how we do. Yes. I wanna party and and party and and party and and one more time we wanna party and and party and party, hey, and party, oh, no. 'Cause when the sun sets, baby, on the heaven, I get that drunk sex feeling, yeah, and I'm with you, so put your arms around me, oh. We tear it up town, 'cause that's just how we do. We got that sweet heart, loving, dancing in the dark, out in the streets, we're running, we shut down every bar. So put your arms around me, baby, we tear it up. Oh, that's just how we do. That's just how we do. That's just how we do. Yes. Oh, that's just how we do.
So cool. How we do, Rita Ora, live in the K104 Lounge. This has been really, really cool for us.
Oh, thank you. That's cool for me.
Yeah, I mean, what other radio station around here does something like this? So intimate, so cool. So, there's a lot of teens that listen to this night show, a lot of teens here. Do you have any advice to them? I'm sure there are a lot of teens out there that are aspiring singers and musicians. Is there advice to them, what they could do?
I mean, there is advice, and I could be one of many to sit here and kind of like tell you what to do and, tell you what I think you should do. But at the end of the day, I may not be right, because everybody's life and careers are so kind of their own that if you listen to everybody's stories, they all came up in different ways. But I think the one advice that we all have in common is that you just need to believe what you're doing. Like, believe in yourself with what you're doing, because at the end of the day, I think that's the most important thing, because everyone will notice, I think, that if you just don't really believe yourself. And then, you know, one day the guy you sing in front of will believe you too.
Voila. That's really cool. Rita Ora, how great is this?
Thank you, guys.
Now, we can't keep you here forever. So what is next for Rita Ora? You got the MTV Unplugged coming up too, right?
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I was actually just listening to the tracks because, you know, I got them sent to me before it goes on TV. And I heard them in the car, and I liked being an artist. Obviously, you feel like you can do better than what you always do. But I'm very excited for everybody to see the songs in a different way. Like now, you guys have heard R.I.P. and how we do in a different light. The way we performed it for MTV Unplugged is very similar. It's very more chilled, laid back, stripped back, and you kind of see, you know, the vocals and the melody and the lyrics and what the song's are really about. So I'm excited.
That's cool. We're excited for that. So when can we see it on MTV?
I think it's coming out on Monday. Yeah, it's Monday at like 2 o'clock.
Okay.
But then it's on the website as well all the time, omtv.com. And then they're just going to replay it.
Set your DVRs. Monday. We can't wait. So Rita Ora, thank you again for coming by. It's been really cool. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
We want to thank Columbia. We want to thank Rock Nation. We want to thank Megan, the street team, and all of our beautiful K104 listeners.
I want to thank everybody over here for making this happen, and thank you for putting this together and bringing the girls out to play.
Oh yeah. And coming up, we got our winter show.
Yes.
So we're gonna have you back. Heat Fest, you know, in the summer. So I'm sure we're gonna be seeing you again.
I heard that festival is crazy.
It is pretty crazy. I'm just saying, but anyway, so, and by the way, the photos and the videos will be uploaded very soon at K104online.com, also our Facebook page. Rita Ora and Michael Bennett, K104, the hits next.